Welcome to Mallet and Michelle. I'm Michelle, newly double nickeled, which means I'm officially entitled the right to complain about the weather and my ailments. And as always, my co-host Steve Mallet, a man who claims he loves the winter, but also owns 0 proper jackets.
It's true. We were out in the parking lot. I was like, I'm freezing my ass off. I should have a jacket on. And you're all walking around in sweaters and shawls. Like, yeah, I have a Carhartt jacket that I love, but I must have bought it when I was fat because it's huge on me now. I can't even wear it.
I'm going to just now apologize again to our live if our internet is going in and out
again?
And you may not be able to hear us, but yeah, it just said,
it saying it's going in and out?
Pause due to poor connection. I am so sorry. We need to figure out what's going on. Yeah. It's the internet here in Dripping Springs, I think is what is going on.
Well, thank you all for joining the show today. We have a special announcement. First of all, let me tell you about our guest.
Oh my gosh.
Kenny Kane, who is a great guy. He's a CEO of the Testicular Cancer Foundation. He's, I think,
CEO of
FirmSpace, which does shared workspace downtown.
He also helped co-found Stupid Cancer.
Yep.
I just love this guy. Super nice guy. Met him in New Orleans a long time ago.
And you'll hear the story about that, I'm sure.
Hopefully he'll tell the same story that I've been telling for years. So.
Yeah. Well, a month or so ago, we announced that Deep Eddy gave us this limited edition espresso martini kit that we've been holding on to, and offered to give it away to somebody that followed us on Instagram or left us a review on Apple Podcasts, and many people did that. We thank you all for doing that. And we picked a winner on our Instagram Live.
Drum roll, please.
If you doubt the validity, go watch it on Instagram Live. But the winner is
Brad Thomas.
Congratulations, Brad.
We'll have to. I got a lot of these names from the reviews and from those that followed us on Instagram and Facebook and so on and so forth. And Brad, I believe if this is the one, Brad Thomas lives in Dripping Springs.
Well, Brad, if you're listening right now, we're going to reach out to you. We'll message you. And if you're a friend of Brad's, make sure that he knows he won this very special,
very valuable edition. Very valuable.
Yeah. I think it's gone up by millions and millions just since we started the show.
It's a collector's item. We should probably sign the top of it, too.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Because now it's more valuable.
It goes up even more.
It's more valuable.
Or less. We don't know. But we got to thank our sponsors. We can't do the show without them, so...
Absolutely. Of course. The good people at Deep Eddy Vodka Tasting Room.
Holiday guests are coming into town, and you know they want to have a fun night at Deep Eddy Vodka Tasting Room. Show them the best of Dripping Springs and drink and drive responsibly.
That's right. Yep. That's right. And have delicious espresso martinis.
Espresso
martinis. Jovi Belterra, right there on 290, right behind the Chick-fil-A.
Yes, right behind. Everybody knows where that is. Life doesn't slow down after 55, and Jovi Belterra is the place where you can live your best life. Stop by for a tour today. Why was that my dad?
That was your dad.
My dad's famous. He's on their website.
Yeah, your dad was on there. I just saw him. I was like, look at how cute that is.
5-star reviews.
It's so cute. And the great people love these people at South Star Bank.
Where your money gets treated so well, you'll wish the rest of your life had this kind of customer service.
Absolutely. You guys show our advertisers a little bit of love, too. Yep. And if you ever run into them, you see them, just say that you heard about them on Mallet and Michelle.
Pop in there and say hi to Kim, Brent, and Dylan, and tell them we sent you by.
Absolutely. And then we have the people that keep the lights on, Mallet Integrity Team.
Real estate so straightforward, even your most paranoid uncle would say, yeah, I trust those folks.
True.
Call us today if you want to sell your home with no fuss.
Especially if you have a dog. If you have a dog, I'm in.
You will list with us if you have a dog, because Michelle will be that dog's best friend by the time we leave.
All dogs go to heaven.
But thank you all those sponsors.
And go to Michelle's house.
Yeah.
Except the dogs that put me in a dog fight and bit my ankle.
Oh, God, yeah. You had quite the week. We'll hear about that in a second. Well, speaking of dog bites, I have a story, and I wanted to get your take on this. it's an interesting case out of Michigan. A Michigan veterinarian will serve 10 days in jail for refusing to return a dog to a homeless man after finding the ailing dog tied to the bumper of a truck. So this Amanda Hergenreder, she's a vet at someplace in Michigan. She was convicted of misdemeanor larceny and will serve 10 days in jail and pay $1,000 restitution for picking this dog up off the street. And the dog was ailing. It had a kidney infection or a UTI, and it had a rotten tooth that needed to come out. And so this dog's tied to this truck. She's there in Grand Rapids for a conference and saw the 16-year-old dog tied to the truck, and she took him to her clinic 2 hours away and treated him for those painful.
Where was this at?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And so they arrested the vet.
They arrested her and charged her with misdemeanor larceny. She's since apologized to the court, saying it was a mistake and she didn't see
I wouldn't
the big
apologize.
picture.
I'd double down.
Well, that was kind of my question for you. You know, I remember, 20, 25 years ago, if you had like animals in your backyard tied up and they weren't taken well care of and they were in need of veterinary help, they would be taken away from you. This guy that owned this dog is it's so funny because you can tell the bias. It was a person that was temporarily unhoused, so a homeless person. It doesn't sound like he had enough money to properly care for this animal. So she, in my mind, saved this animal.
Yeah, she did the right thing.
Yeah, so they charged her with this. She's going to spend 10 days in jail. This veterinarian trying to do the right thing for saving this guy's dog. The dog since has passed away. It was an old dog.
Yeah.
But I think
that's an injustice. I don't like that, because then it discourages other people from trying to help out.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's right. So you get people that stand on the sidelines and do nothing when something should be done.
Yeah.
I say kudos to Hergenreder. I think kudos to you for doing the right thing, even though you paid a heavy price for it. I think you stepped up.
I think so too, and I think.
Are you handing this to me because our live is not working?
I'm showing that to you because it's distracting to me, and I will keep watching it. And
people
now
are waving.
People are waving, but now you can be distracted also.
Oh, I see. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so that's the story I had out of Grand Rapids. But if
I
you
don't
see
like
animals,
that. Grand Rapids, you suck.
Yeah, if you see animals that are in need, maybe don't take it into your own hands, but please do something about it. So.
I love dogs. I really do.
I know you do.
I love
especially
them.
when they're little ankle biters, literally biting you on your ankles.
Little pain in the butts, I tell you. So this was Thanksgiving morning, right? I'm having 25 people come over. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. I have my robe on, and my daughter's dog over there, which is a big dumb idiot. She's a Labradoodle. She's harmless, but she's just a big dumb idiot. She gets in the middle of my dogs and she riles them up. And one of my dogs hates her. Like, she goes by, she's like, "Argh," she growls at her. And so they start getting in a tussle. Next thing I know, all 4 dogs are going at it. I grab my Maltese, I hand her to Sierra, said, "Here, hold her." She's holding my grandbaby. I about pushed the big dog, Millie, into the pool. And my 2 are going at it. And I'm wearing a robe. I'm just not thinking. And I get right in the middle of them. And one of them leaned back and bit me on the ankle. And it was awful. So then, I don't know if I told you this story. It hit right at my Achilles heel. And it hurt so bad. And I came inside and my ankle is just bleeding.
Oh,
and Todd said, "Sit down." And I think my adrenaline was so high that it just dumped. And I fainted. I fainted.
Did you really? I didn't know that.
Todd's like, "We need to take you to the urgent care." I said, "I have a turkey. I have all this stuff
I got
going
stuffing I'm working on.
I'm trying to do all this stuff."
Potatoes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I started my Thanksgiving. But yes, I was a little dazed and confused.
And
Thanksgiving.
then 2 days later, you put on your 55th surprise birthday party, which you planned, which I think is hilarious.
I didn't put it on. I wasn't originally putting it on. My friends and my husband were putting it on, and then I'm a control freak, so I took it over.
I was just going to say, surprise.
Surprise.
Michelle's a control freak.
That's why I'm, like, my voice is like this right now. Yeah, I got a little sick, and I was outside. But, I thought, okay, so it's my 55th birthday. Someone said, oh, you're now a senior citizen. I was like, oh, it never occurred to me that I was a senior citizen. That kind of drove me crazy. I always heard double nickel when I was growing up, too, which was kind of interesting. But I thought it would be kind of fun, just some of the things that I've learned in my 55 years on this great earth. One, for me, family is everything. Family is just everything. I love my family. I'm very close to my family. It was really warmed my heart. Thanksgiving. That's why we did the party so close, is so that all the kids could be there at the same time. And it's really cool to see. There are certain instances where all the three kids, not even their spouses, they would just kind of go over and they
saw them at the Thanksgiving, kind of when the party was wrapping up. That's what they did. They looked like three kids just hanging out in the living room.
They're just reverting back to their 10, 11, 12 years old.
Tate and Logan were involved in some heavy conversation, and I went over to say goodbye to them, and I said, guys, hey. And they didn't pay any attention to me. I was like, oh, well, they'll figure it out when I'm gone.
Yeah, bye. Speaking of, saying no is a life skill, and that is something that I need to work on, and I have struggled my entire life. I say yes a lot. Yeah. Another thing is friendships are ever evolving. Seasons.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes you're in the spring, sometimes you're in the winter, but if you want to grow together, I have friends that I've had for years and years and years, 30, 40 years, and I love, they're family. I call them family.
Yeah.
But sometimes people just don't fit the season of life that you're in.
Well,
so I'm okay with that.
And you both spend different times and seasons, and sometimes the friendship, it wanes for a little while, and then sometimes it's resurrected later on when things get better.
Yeah, I was telling Kendall that too. She's struggling right now, and I said, it happens, honey. You're in mid-20s. It happens. Also, peace beats drama. Wow. That sounds so commonsensical.
I feel like you're just reading a list of stuff that I've been telling you for 10 years.
I've been listening, Steve. I've been listening. How about not sweating the small stuff? I used to do that a lot when my kids were little. Yeah, when the kids were little, I would just get irritated about little stuff.
Isn't it funny, the stuff that you thought was so important that you look back, you go, oh, what
that
a
was
waste
stupid.
of time
Yeah.
that was.
Also, I'm going to start showing up for people that show up for me.
Oh, that's good.
And that's okay. It's not selfish.
Are you holding it against me that I didn't come to your birthday party?
Yeah, I did. I
bought you a birthday present.
You did. No, I'm not holding it against you, Steve. I know who you are. Because I love you anyways. Life gets better when you stop living it for other people's opinions.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that's kind of a young woman's game too.
Yeah, I think when you get a little older, you just kind of have this. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. I don't care if they don't like me or not. This is me. I'm who I am.
It's kind of always how I've been. I'm kind of like all of my birthday cards somehow had the word sass in it. I don't know why, but. And yes, a grandbaby can change your world for the better. That little girl, she rocks my world. I adore her. I love her.
She's beautiful.
Thank you. But the biggest thing that I have learned is that I am blessed. I am not lucky. I have worked hard for what I have and for my family. And we're not perfect. We don't claim to be perfect. But I look out sometimes into the world and think, I am very blessed, and that my children are blessed, and that I'm
happy.
I have a great marriage, and
you worked for it.
And I work for it.
Put
It's
the time
hard.
and effort into it.
It's hard work, and like I said, I haven't always been perfect, and I've made mistakes along the way. But that's just some of the things that I've learned in my 55 years, and also I get a discount at Ross on Tuesdays now.
Yeah. We need to get a Pigpen senior citizen discount over there for all the times we go over
I've been
there,
eating Jim's senior citizen plates for like 10 years now, so now I can.
Everybody gets with
also,
a senior
I've been
citizen
buying
plate.
Movie tickets and senior citizen,
Oh,
so
yeah,
by
yeah,
proxy I have.
That. I think I don't think I'm qualified yet either, but I do that.
Yeah, you are.
Well, all those good things. I got some bad news for you.
What's that, Steve? I don't like bad news.
Well,
Peace?
I think you'll get over it. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is investigating, and I know I'm going to hack it up, Shein. Shein? Shine.
I call it Sheen, but people call it Shien or something. I don't know.
Shein for unethical labor practices and the sale of unsafe consumer products. Didn't you have something at your house that we were putting food in and we were all talking about we were going to die from some weird deadly disease? Those little tinfoil plates, did they come from Shein?
or Amazon. I don't remember where I got those from.
The investigation's looking into whether the retailer's supply chain and manufacturing violate state laws about the use of toxic and hazardous materials and misleading consumers about product safety.
In food? For food items?
No, across the board.
Oh.
Like a lot of their stuff is used, is processed and manufactured with chemicals that are not allowed in the United States. That's what they're investigating. I'm not saying they are definitely do that. That's
you know what
they're investigating.
Kendall told me to order? A lead test because of all of her old toys that I'm pulling out for Navy. We need to test them for lead, Mom.
Yeah, if they're... Well, lead hasn't been used since
I don't
the
know.
70s,
You've survived. You'll be fine. Go lick
go
lick a
eat
wind
some
seal.
Dirt. Yeah. He's also investigating their data collection and privacy practices. I guess they're not really good about protecting your data, but and Paxton pointed to the MAHA movement as the reason.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to be really making sure people are healthy, part of what we should be doing is making sure that they're not ordering stuff and bringing it into their house that have toxic chemicals in them, paint and lead.
I guess that makes
and
sense.
I think lead is one of the things that they were saying is in some of the products that are being shipped.
I don't buy things that I buy kind of disposable stuff, right? Does that make sense? Not things that I'm gonna cook or eat in.
Yeah, but if you're disposable like toilet paper or something.
No, I'm not buying toilet paper
from Shein.
Yeah, I'm buying your toilet paper from Shein.
Okay, good to know.
No, just stuff like party supplies, like a tablecloth or something like that. It's not like
you have way more than a normal person.
Yeah, didn't you say that I have way more tchotchke shit in the area?
There was like a 1 foot by 1 foot area that had on a table in your house.
It's called tablescaping, Steve.
It had more tchotchke stuff on it than I have in my entire house.
I told you I love tablescaping for holidays.
You do. I don't know how you have the energy.
But it was cute, wasn't it? It was really cute.
It was super cute. I loved it. I love seeing it, but
I had all the little animals. Yeah,
I definitely don't want to have any of that stuff.
I didn't get that from Shein. I got that from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it might have come from Shein originally.
Probably.
And apparently, France has a consumer fraud agency that has found childlike sex dolls on Shein and illegal weapons for sale. So
really?
France is actually looking at shutting the platform down, suspending them from doing business in France.
Awful.
Yeah, so.
I haven't been on that portion of Shein.
Well, I know. I'm not sure any of that stuff is showing up in the U.S., but there's apparently a lot of weird stuff on there. Does any of that make you want to not order anything?
You know what's weird is that the platform has changed. So like I used to think you're ordering from this big conglomerate called Shein. But then, like, there's other sellers that are coming, kind of like Amazon. Like, you're not ordering it from
like
Amazon.
eBay?
It is getting weirder. It's the website has gotten harder, clunkier, a little bit more expensive. So, like, if I find like tablecloths, for instance, I was looking for tablecloths. I will go cross look at Amazon, and then I was also going to like Dollar General. But like all that shit is from the same spot. If I'm going to Dollar General, if I'm getting one for $1.25, I'm getting the same thing for 50 cents on Shein. I know it doesn't make it right, but
I ordered Holly and I were getting rucking bags, and I didn't really want to spend a lot because I wasn't going to use it for a long time, and I ordered a rucking bag from Shein. It was like $27 or something. I pulled it out of the bag, I put it on, and the strap fell off. Luckily, I was able to get my money back. But I think they sell, it's crap. But you're right. If you need a tablecloth for one event, you don't want to spend more than $1 or $2 on it.
No, and I'm not like buying furniture or
weapons.
People, I think it's from Temu or Alibaba. I think is the other site.
Oh God.
Like a lot of that swag that you get from, what do you call it, like convention centers and stuff like that, all of that is coming from the same
I'm sure.
people, like Alibaba, and they can put their names on it. But they're selling cars, so people are getting these cars
from China.
Yes, in these containers, and then they just have to put them together. I'll have to show you a video of it. It's actually pretty funny.
Wow.
But speaking of the internet, we ran across something that has been kind of a hot topic here in Dripping Springs, and the fact that We actually had somebody on.
Steve Warnges came in and talked. I don't remember what episode that was, 50 or something.
Yeah, so the Fitzhugh concert venue, which we thought for sure that thing was going to get built. There was nothing that was going on.
I was telling people that thing's going to get built.
No
Whether
matter
you
what,
like it or not,
yeah.
that developer out of California could care less what you think about them.
Well, in a surprising turn of events, after a 3-year battle, opponents of the proposed 5,000-seat outdoor concert venue near Crumley Ranch Road and Fitzhugh Road in Dripping Springs, they reached an agreement to buy the property to stop the development. A conservation-focused group called Fitzhugh Ridge, LLC, created by the Shield Heirs Ranch Foundation, which has the ranch right behind all of that. They signed a contract to purchase the land from the California developer BlizzX's, I think is how you say it, BlizzX's LLC. The sale is scheduled to close January 6, 2026. The Shields Heirs Foundation, known for supporting environmental and land conservation efforts in Central Texas, says the concert venue will not be built on the property. The foundation's board says it is still too early to announce specific plans for the land. Now, people have been saying on the neighbors page, oh, they're going to build an apartment complex, they're going to do this. Stop listening to the noise.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's not
But local neighbors, environmental advocates, and organizations opposed the development for years. You see all the signs. Please take the signs down now because it's yucky,
they've
it's
been
gross.
Up there for 3 years.
Citing concerns about water quality, wastewater discharge, traffic noise, light pollution, etc. The fight continued challenges in the developer's wastewater permit with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. Community opposition helped bring all parties together to reach this deal. Bottom line, though, a local conservation group, Shields Ranch, is buying the site to permanently block the planned Hill Country music venue. So I think it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Just humor me here for a second.
Okay.
What if this developer has a business model where they find a piece of land and they go in and it's in an area kind of like Dripping Springs where everybody's sort of environmentally concerned and not in my backyard, and they buy it and then they announce these plans to do something they know everyone in the area will hate, and then they double their money on the price of that land in a year.
Plot twist.
Think about that.
You do a little deep dive and see what they bought it for, because
if I could figure that out, because I mean, you buy a piece of land, say, I don't know what they paid for, $1 million, and then you spend, $25,000 coming up with a concept and doing some drawings.
But they spent all that money on attorneys and all the BS that they had to go through.
I wonder what the Shield Ranch paid for it, though.
That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, look,
the reason I bring that up is because when I first got into real estate, like 20 years ago, there was a story about a guy that bought 8 acres or something, and backed up to a residential neighborhood, and he announced he was going to build a junkyard, and all the people that own property around there went up in arms, and he sold it for 3 times what he paid for it a year later, and really didn't do anything.
So what you're saying is some of our houses that are still sitting, we can say it's going to be the next chicken ranch.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe people will just buy it.
Somebody will buy it just to protect it.
Yeah, that is an interesting concept. I didn't think about that angle, Steve. I didn't think about that.
Give me something to think about.
What has ever happened to TxDOT coming? I mean, I know that they were talking about it, and now they've kind of stopped talking about it.
I think the design of downtown Dripping is still going on, but the stretch from the water tower to where the 71 construction or the
El Rey.
Where the Oak Hill construction.
Yeah, the El Rey Road.
Yeah,
not El Rey Mexican food.
Yeah, you threw me off.
Because you're you eat there all the time.
Yeah, that's right. But I think that whole thing is on hold, which is a shame. I think people here, we tend to be pretty vocal about what we want, which is great as a community.
Yeah, but they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. They keep pushing it down.
I don't think they realize TxDOT's got 1,000 other projects they can work on, and if all the community is saying no, we don't want that, we don't want that, we don't want that, then they'll just move on to something else.
Yeah, and there's still the safety issue. 290 is so dangerous.
It's one of the most dangerous stretches of road in Texas.
You were talking about the new road that came about, that they just opened up, and the 2 lights within 50 yards of each other.
Down on Ranch Road 12.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how there's a light at a turn that goes into the duplexes there on the west side of Ranch Road 12. And then 50 feet further is the new road that cuts around behind the soccer park, which is a great little cut through. But I was there the other day, and both those lights turned red, and it was like a huge traffic
So they're not
jam.
synced.
I don't. I'm not sure exactly what the answer to that is, but
Let's go get some orange vest and let's start
stand out
directing
there with
traffic.
some whistles. And
I think it sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I mean, the good part of your story is that the community got involved. They spoke their mind, and you know, in the long run, it worked out real well for that music venue not being built. And you know, some of those people actually, I think, made quite a bit of money selling their property while they anticipated that was going to be a really kind of a commercial hub around that music venue, and they sold at the right time.
Well, maybe they can go buy Dreamland that's just sitting there because
God, isn't that a shame?
that was a beautiful piece of property. Great commercial, 290 front. I think I don't know.
It just
I
feels like
miss the
somebody
old
gave
Nettie
up on
Brown.
it.
I really do.
No, I
I
know,
miss
I do
miss
too.
being able to go to a concert and just
And
driving 10
see
minutes
50
away.
people you know and
Yes,
hang out.
it
and
was such a
real low
great-
key.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the part of dripping we probably won't ever get back. So
Yeah, but let's get Kenny Kane in here.
yeah. We're gonna hang on, sit tight. We're gonna take a little break and get Kenny Kane in here. So hang on. All right. I don't.